is Ocean Aubrey ASMR. In this guided meditation, we will take an evening stroll by the sea. Please close your eyes and let me be your guide as we take in the sights and the sounds of the beach at night. The magnificent colors of the sunset have just faded from the sky. The moon, now your only light, hangs above you, kept company by the stars and the planets that are soaring past. There is a vast darkness before you, where the ocean extends into the horizon to meet the stars, far, far away. The distinct sensation of solitude surrounds you. Although you are completely alone, you feel completely at peace, comforted by the scene of astounding natural beauty. The light of a full moon reflects down onto the never-still mirror below. As you follow the coastline, you can see only so far before the light fades into a dark fog in the distance. Behind you is the comforting glow of city lights shining over the dunes. On the other side of those dunes, the summer crowd is playing mini-golf or indulging in an ice cream cone, while you are here on the beach in your own private world, parallel to the hustle and bustle nearby. The sand, now absent of the warmth of the sun, crumbles, 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 chillfully underfoot. The encrusted surface of the ground gently breaks with each step. The tiny granules massage the bottom of your feet, and you stop for a moment to wiggle your toes a little bit deeper. While you stand there, you admire the waves as they break, then creep up the sand, reaching as far as they can before they must recede back to the ocean. The steady pounding of the waves soothes you, as it has done for many before you. Standing next to the shoreline, you hear nothing except the echo of the waves crashing at your feet. You hear the roar of the pounding in all directions, echoing in the distance. You set off now on a slow stroll along the shoreline where the sand is hard. Your mind wanders to a time of childhood bliss, collecting treasures at low tide. You would always use the seashells and the sea glass to decorate your castles until it was time to go home. Then you would collect the treasures once again to put in your bucket, unable to part with them. As the summers went by and you got older, you still enjoyed sitting by the water's edge and using the wet sand to make drip castles. The sandy salt water mixture would drip off of your fingertips, freezing in place as it landed in an uneven mound resembling teardrops of wax melting down the sides of a burning candle. Your attention turns to a large, overturned clamshell ahead. The moonlight shimmers within it, reflecting off of the perfectly smooth surface. You can't help but let your childhood curiosity take over as you bend to examine it, wondering cascades over the edge like a tiny waterfall. You turn it over to admire the other side and run your fingers over the small ridges, unable to discern the true color of the shell in the dark. You are tempted to keep this treasure as it has become such a fond habit of yours, but you decide to gently toss it back onto the sand for another lucky soul to enjoy. A wave finally makes its way to your feet and is surprisingly warmer than you expected. Just as quickly as it crept up on you, the wave is gone and the cool night air meets your skin. Now craving the ocean's warmth, you follow the wave down the small incline along the shore so that your feet are submerged. Although the water is the same temperature as before, it feels like you just stepped into a warm bath. On the horizon, you notice the light of a ship that wasn't there before. It's difficult to tell which direction it is heading, since it's moving at such a slow speed. You wonder how many people are aboard, where they are going, and where they came from. Perhaps it is a fishing captain and his crew returning from a long voyage out to sea, their families eagerly awaiting their arrival. Regardless of who it is, tonight is the perfect evening for an ocean cruise. The wind is calm and the swells are small. Far away to the north, a bright red firework lights up the sky. It is not a professional show, but probably just a group of vacationers looking for some evening entertainment. The first firework is soon followed by another, this time a glittering gold that fades slowly and finally turns to black. The show continues for a short while, and just when you think it's over, one last firework is shot into the sky. You look back to the horizon and notice the ship has made progress, inching along to the south. You follow it and begin walking again, heading back where you came from. It is getting late, and the moon is not as bright as when you got here, because it too is inching across the sky, getting farther away from the horizon. As you walk with your feet still submerged in the wonderfully warm water, an occasional tall wave will crash, sending water up the side of your leg. How many beaches has that same wave touched, you wonder? You continue walking, and although it is impossible to see the street numbers, you are sure that you're almost back where you started, because the outlines of the houses are beginning to look familiar. It is time to part ways with the ocean. You leave it behind and start toward the soft sand. It sticks to your feet and your legs, despite your best effort to walk gingerly, as not to throw the sand up with each step. As you approach the dune, you turn one last time to look at the stunning scene below. You'll be back soon.